forging or complete fabrication? I assume most of my YouTube followers are blacksmiths, so I thought I'd ask you guys this question. I make a dragon hook, and you can see them on my website, and I use a plasma cut blank for the wings, which I texture and form hot. I also put my touch mark in it, and then I forge the hook portion with the dragon's head out of 3/8 square bar. So here's the blank, and you can see it's just a flat blank, and it's plasma cut. So the dilemma I have is that if I were to chisel these out, which is what I did in the beginning, chisel them out and charge the customer for that time, my dragon hooks would cost twice as much. And I don't think my customers would notice the difference, would appreciate the difference, or would be willing to pay for the extra time. But at the same time, I know my blacksmithing friends, some of them are real purists. And myself included, I try to think of myself as a bit of a purist when it comes to blacksmithing. You know, I operate a coal forge, and I'll only rivet and collar and forge weld. I don't arc weld stuff unless I'm really pressed to do it by the customer. So yeah, I think of myself as a purist, but this is an exception. And when I got the order, I thought, you know, this is a good question for the community. Like, where do we draw the line? And are we Luddites? Are we going to stick with only old school, or are we going to embrace some new technology? Because effectively, you know, I chiseled out the template, which he digitized and then reproduced for me. So in some way, my hand had something to do with this. It wasn't just drawn in CAD. Where do we draw the line? I went to a market a number of years ago, and from the parking lot, I could see the sign that said blacksmith. And I thought, oh, I'm going to go right over there, meet the blacksmith, find out where he's from, see what kind of stuff he makes. And when I got to his table, it was all plasma cut blanks, probably cold form, spray painted black. He had a picture of an anvil in his logo. He had a picture of a hammer in his logo, and a picture of tongs in his logo. I'll bet he didn't even own an anvil or tongs or know how to operate a forge, know how to forge weld. He was a fabricator, and he called himself a blacksmith. So somewhere the lines get blurred a little bit. I don't think of myself as a fabricator, but clearly this is fabricated. So where do you guys draw the line? Comment below. Let me know what you think. I've seen some online blacksmiths, some YouTube blacksmiths that seem to really embrace this laser cut blank. I've also seen blacksmiths who tend to pre-cut, pre-shape things using their cutoff wheel and make them out of angle iron or whatever bits of material they have laying around, and they make some great looking stuff. But at what point is it fabrication versus blacksmithing? This is my question to you. So chime in below and let everyone know what you think. And let's have a discussion. My next video, I'll actually forge the dragon portion, and you'll see me shape these wings and texture them, and you'll see the finished product. But in the meantime, go back out to your own shops, make something cool. I think I stole that line from Black Bear Forge. Maybe I shouldn't use it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, I appreciate you to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I know a lot of you haven't, because most of my viewers are unsubscribed according to my analytics. So please do like and subscribe the video. Chime in below, comment, share with your friends. I will share this video on some of the Facebook groups, Canadian Blacksmithing Group, and maybe Blacksmithing for Beginners. And we'll see what the community thinks. And yeah, hopefully we stir things up a little bit here. Stir up conversation anyhow. And I think there's no right or wrong answer to this, really. It's just going to be down to your threshold of where something stops being blacksmithing and starts becoming fabrication. And you can have a beautiful work that has elements of both. You can have beautiful work that's completely fabricated. You can have beautiful work that's completely blacksmith. And you can have a marriage of the two and still have beautiful work. And still call yourself a blacksmith if it's got blacksmithing elements in it, I think. And so yeah, That's my thoughts on it. I've told you what I think. Tell me what you think. Chime in below. We'll catch you on the next video where we make the dragon hook. Tune in for that one, guys.